Hello students, this is chapter number 4 Business Services part 10 on warehousing. So the meaning of warehousing. Warehousing refers to storage of goods and consists of all those activities which are connected with storage and preserving of goods. It is a means of storing the goods. Warehousing can be defined as a group of activities connected with storing and preserving of stored goods from time to time of production till the time of consumption. So, warehousing in simple word, it is storage of goods, right? And the time which is used for storage is at the time of from the time of production till the time it is consumed or till the time it is sold out. So why there is a need of warehousing? Because whenever any goods are produced, they are not consumed immediately, right? Every producer produces the goods in bulk and in large amount, so he has to store their goods, and whenever it is required by the consumers, it has to be sent at that time, right? So the meanwhile, suppose एक producer goods produce कर रहा है और वहीं जहाँ उसका production house है, जो factory है, he is producing the goods and he is storing the goods at the same place. So after some time there will not be space for producing of more goods, so he has to make that goods shift from that place, from production house to some place that is for storage till it has been demanded by the customer. So that time from production till the time of consumption, for that time being he has to store those products or goods, and for that purpose the function of warehousing comes into existence. So in simple words, warehousing means storing the goods and all those activities which are required for storing and preserving the goods. So that store तो करना है लेकिन खराब भी नहीं होने चाहिए, तो उसको कैसे preserve करेंगे, that comes, all those activities which are connected to this are referred to as warehousing. Now see the definition. A warehouse is defined as an establishment for the storage or accumulation of goods. So it's an establishment, means ऐसी जगह तैयार करना जहाँ पे स्टोर कर सकते हैं गुड्स, या एक्यूमुलेट मतलब जहाँ पे रख सकते हैं हम, एक के बाद एक के जोड़ सकते हैं गुड्स को. नाउ फंक्शंस ऑफ वेयरहाउस. First function means because of this warehouse, what is the help? So first one is storage. This is the basic function of warehousing. Surplus commodities which are not needed immediately can be stored in warehouses. They can be supplied as and when needed by the customer. As I told you previously also, warehousing, the first function will be storage. सबसे पहला काम warehousing का है storage करना from the time of production till the time of consumption. So whenever it is needed, it will be till that time it will be stored in the warehouse, and these are the surplus commodity. surplus यानी जो extra हमने बनाया है, right? अगर समझो मुझे आज चाहिए वो चीज़, तो आज ही नहीं बना सकते हैं वो प्रोडक्ट्स को. It takes a long period of time for production of goods. So suppose for an example, if we talk about electronic items, or suppose TV we take. So suppose I have a company of production where I produce TVs, right? So I can't produce, आज डिमांड है, आज एक कस्टमर है, तो मैं लेके आता हूँ, मैं अभी बना के हम नहीं लेके आ सकते हैं. So we have to produce it much before, right? And we have to store it so that whenever customer demand it, we have to give it. So first function is storage. Second is price stabilization. Warehouses plays an important role in the process of price stabilization. It is achieved by the creation of time utility by warehousing. In warehouses, usually large stock of goods is kept. Whenever there is storage shortage in the market, goods can be immediately supplied through warehouses, which helps in price stabilization to avoid rise in price due to demand and supply difference. So whenever there is shortage of goods in the market, So from warehouses we can supply those goods to the customers. So all this thing, all this warehousing function, it also helps in price stabilization. Now what is price stabilization? Price मतलब जो price है unit का, the cost of the goods. Stabilization means एक fixed price रहना. But whenever in economics you must have learned about the law of demand and law of supply, right? So whenever there is more demand and goods are not supplied properly, or whenever there is more supply but goods are not demanded, so the price gets fluctuated, price is not stabilized, right? So to overcome this uh, demand and supply game, warehousing is very much important. Due to this warehousing, the goods can be stored, and whenever it is there is shortage of such goods, it can be supplied from the warehouses to the actual place of consumption. So it helps in price stabilizing. Next is risk bearing. When the goods are stored in warehouses, they are exposed to many risks in the form of theft, deterioration, fire, etc. Warehouses are constructed in such a way that they minimize this risk. A warehouse keeper has to take the reasonable care of goods and safeguard them against various risks. For any loss or damage sustained by goods, warehouse keeper shall be liable to the owner of the goods. So, whenever the goods are stored in warehouses, they are exposed to some risk, right? चोरी हो सकती है, डिटोरिएशन मीन्स उसकी क्वालिटी ख़राब हो सकती है जो भी हमने सामान रखा है, फायर आग लग सकती है, राइट? सपोज अगर हमारा कोई ऐसा सामान है जो आयरन से बना है, राइट, और वहाँ पे बारिश का मौसम है, हमने वेयर हाउस में रखा है और पानी गिर रहा है कंटिन्यूसली, तो पानी के कारण आयरन में रस्ट लग जाएगा, तो हमारा प्रोडक्ट जो है वो बेकार हो जाएगा. सो दिस इज एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ डिटोरिएशन, right? So there can be theft, there can be deterioration, there can be fire, because of which the goods which are actually stored for preserving for the future needs, they can get spoiled. So warehouses are actually constructed in such a way so that they minimize the risk, right? So a warehouse keeper has to take, whoever is the warehouse keeper, see ये free में नहीं आती है facility. Either you can have your, again we are going to learn it in the type of warehouses, but for your information, कि warehouses facility is not free of charge. Either you should have your own warehouse, your own godowns to save your goods, either you have to pay money to the warehouse keeper to store your goods. So whoever is the warehouse keeper, he has to take reasonable care of the goods and safeguard against all these risks. Which are the risks? I already told you: thefts, fire, deterioration, etc. Then for any loss or damage sustained by the goods, warehouse keeper shall be liable to the owner of the goods. Should be liable means he should be responsible for the to the owner of the goods. जब owner warehouse में आके सामान रखता है, वो उसका ये पैसे देता है, उसको पे करता है वेयर हाउस कीपर को. सो वेयर हाउस कीपर की ये जिम्मेदारी कि जब वो सामान लेने आएगा ओनर, it should be in the same condition at which was there at the time of storing the goods at the warehouse. Okay, so due to the warehouse, this risk can be minimized, right? Because अगर फैक्ट्री में ही आप स्टोर कर रहे हो, वहाँ पे प्रॉपर जगह नहीं है, तो कुछ भी हो सकता है आपकी फैक्ट्री में, तो इसलिए वेयरहाउस में रखने से ये रिस्क कम हो सकता है. नेक्स्ट इज फाइनेंसिंग. Loans can be raised from the warehouse keeper or from financial institution against the goods stored by the owner. Goods act as security for the warehouse keeper or for financial institutions. In this manner, warehousing acts as a source of finance for the businessman for meeting business operations. So, loans can be raised, right? आप अगर आपके कुछ गुड्स वेयर हाउस में रखे हुए हैं, सपोज आपके 50,000 के गुड्स वेयर हाउस में रखे हुए हैं, मतलब दे आर द गुड्स फॉर सेलिंग पर्पज, राइट? मीन्स इन द नेक्स्ट कमिंग मंथ्स you will be able to sell those 50,000 rupees goods. So and now you need some money as a loan, right? So from any financial institution, that is from bank or any other non-banking financial institution, or from the warehouse keeper itself. जो warehouse जिसके warehouse में हमने सामान रखा है उसको हम बोलेंगे देखो ये मेरे 50,000 का गुड्स है, अभी मुझे पैसों की ज़रूरत है, आप मुझे अभी दे दो। अगर तो उसके पास क्या होगा कि वो पैसे वापस नहीं लौटाएगा, तो ही कैन यूज़ दोज गुड्स, वेयरहाउस कीपर, राइट। और इवन अगर आप बैंक से भी ले रहे हो तो आप बैंक को ही बोलोगे देखो ये मेरे गुड्स हैं वेयर हाउस में 50,000 रुपये के, तो आप ये इसको एज अ सिक्योरिटी रख लो और मुझे लोन दे दो, राइट। सो दिस for such goods which are kept in warehouse, they can be used for taking some finance from the financial institution or maybe the warehouse keeper. So goods can be act here as a security, right? सिक्योरिटी कोई भी हमें क्यों देगा इस गुड्स के बदले में, चाहे वो वेयर हाउस हो चाहे बैंक हो, क्योंकि ये सिक्योरिटी है। अगर वो पैसे नहीं लौटा पाएगा तो वो गुड्स को बेच सकते हैं और पैसे अपने रिकवर कर सकते हैं। सो दैट इज सिक्योरिटी, राइट। सो वेयर हाउस ऑल्सो एक्ट्स एज अ सोर्स ऑफ फाइनेंस फॉर मीटिंग द बिजनेस ऑपरेशंस, राइट। ये लोन उसको बिजनेस करने के लिए आगे और गुड्स प्रोड्यूस करने के लिए चाहिए होगा, तो इट कैन हेल्प द ओनर। Next is grading and packing. Warehouses nowadays provide the facility of packing, processing and grading of goods. Goods can be packed in convenient sizes as per the instruction of the owner. Now, again in warehousing, it's not only for storage. As I told you previously also, all other activities which are made so that storage and also for the supplying of those goods is included in the warehousing. So sometimes grading and packing is also done in the warehouses. Now suppose I take a very simple example. अब समझो we take an example of vegetables and all. Suppose एक cold storage है जहाँ पे मैंने potatoes, मैं फार्मर हूँ, मैं potatoes का मैंने सेव वहाँ पे रखा है storage house में, right? So now potatoes may be in full big lots ना, like 50 kgs 100 kgs ऐसे बड़े बड़े lot में मैंने वहाँ पे सेव किया है. But now I am a owner, I have kept my goods there in the warehouse and I want my warehouse keeper to supply only 25 kg of potatoes to my customer, right? So that warehouse keeper can make 25 kg, sort out that 25 kg, pack it, label it, and then again can send it. So this is again called as packing and grading. This is I have taken a simple example. Otherwise, you can take other examples also where goods are there in the big lots, and as per the need, as the owner demands, the warehouse keeper can do the packing and grading of those items. Okay, so this facility is also provided to the owner by the warehouse keeper. Then comes transportation. Warehouses can provide transportation facility to bulk depositors. It collects goods from the place of production and also sends goods to the place of delivery on request of the owner. So again जैसे owner के कहने पे branding और grading और packaging किया है, वैसे ही owner के कहने पे transportation facility is also provided by the warehouse keeper. Suppose you are a bulk depositor, means you are a regular customer of those warehouse, so you are regularly storing many of your goods there, so you can ask to the warehouse keeper to provide the transportation facility, right? आप उसको owner हो, आप बहुत हमेशा ही उसके पास रखते हो goods, तो आप उसको बोल सकते हो कि भाई मेरे 100 यूनिट्स हैं ये प्रोडक्ट के, आप लेके जाओ, तो आपके कंपनी में आएगा, प्रोडक्शन हाउस में आएगा, वहाँ से गुड्स लेगा और कहाँ रखेगा, अपने वेयर हाउस में. फिर आप बोलोगे कि मेरे कस्टमर को चाहिए, सो ही विल पिक अप द गुड्स फ्रॉम द वेयर हाउस एंड ही विल सेंड इट टू द convenient places wherever they want the delivery, right? Wherever the customer wants the delivery at the request of the owner. Okay, so next is time and place utility. Warehouses create time utility by preserving the goods till they are demanded. It also creates place utility by providing the goods at the place where they are required. So warehouse, it creates this utility. What is the utility? Utility means usefulness of goods. And what is it? There are different types of utility. You must have learned in your economics. Time utility, place utility, right? So what is time utility? That it preserves the goods till they are demanded. उस वक्त तक, दैट टाइम for which it has to be stored, right? It has to be preserved. So warehouse helps in that, and it also creates place utility. Why? Because where it is required, इतने time तक preserve तो किया, लेकिन इसके बाद कहाँ चाहिए, which place they need, it can also help in that also, right? It can provide the goods at that place also. So warehouse helps in both time and place. कितने समय के लिए store करना है, किस जगह पे चाहिए, that is place utility, right? Next is what? Processing. Certain commodities are not consumed in the form they are produced. Processing is required to make them consumable. Example, paddy is polished, fruits are ripened, etc. Sometimes warehouse undertakes such activities on behalf of the owners. So, for processing, warehouse are also used for processing, right? Certain commodities, they are not used immediately, right, as they are produced, or in the same state as they are produced. Suppose we, now this is the season of mangoes, we take a simple example. अब mangoes हैं, right? रत्नापुरी का, हापुस आम, केसर आम, जो भी, there are so many varieties of mangoes. So mangoes are such a fruit which take a time to ripen, right? उसको पकने के लिए थोड़ा टाइम लगता है. सो मैं ओनर हूँ, मैं रत्नागिरी से मैंगोज बेचती हूँ और उसका वेयर हाउस है मुंबई में, राइट? सो मैंने तो कच्चे आम भेजे थे, लेकिन जब तक वो नहीं राइपन हो रहा है, जब तक वो पकेगा नहीं, तब तक वेयर हाउस कीपर उसको सप्लाई नहीं करेगा. सो दिस मीन्स व्हाट, इट टेक्स अ टाइम. जैसे वो प्रोड्यूस हुए हैं उसी समय नहीं यूज़ कर सकते, इट रिक्वायर्स सम अदर प्रोसेसिंग, राइट? सो like here see, other example is given, paddy is polished. What is paddy? चावल जैसे पैदा होता है चावल, वो हम उसको वैसे ही नहीं यूज़ करते हैं. दे गो टू द मशीन वेयर दे आर पॉलिश्ड, राइट? सो ऑल दिस प्रोसेसिंग इज रिक्वायर्ड, राइट? सो in such cases warehouse also helps. Warehouse on the behalf of owner also do this processing activities also, right? So these are some of the functions of warehousing, and these are very important functions of warehousing, and it is one of the most important business service, because goods produce तो कर लिया है, लेकिन अगर आप उसको स्टोर नहीं कर पाओगे, अगर आप उसको समय पे नहीं दे पाओगे कस्टमर को, then there is no use of those goods. So to store and preserve the goods, to make them available at the time when there is shortage of goods or whenever it is needed, warehouse facility is very much necessary. Okay. Next comes the types of warehouses. Now there are different types of warehouses. First one is private warehouse. The private warehouses are owned and operated by big manufacturers and merchants to fill their own storage needs. Big business firms which need large storage capacity on a regular basis and who can afford money construct and maintain their private warehouses. A big manufacturer or wholesaler may have a network of his own warehouses in different parts of the country. So this private, the name private means what here? When an individual has his own warehouse, right? These are basically for the big businessmen and merchants who have money, who can afford, who can build and construct, who can purchase a land, build a warehouse बहुत छोटी सी जगह नहीं होती है, बहुत बड़ी बड़ी जगह लगती है warehousing के लिए, right? So if you have so much of money, you can construct your own warehouse, because अगर आप big businessman हो, right, और आपको बहुत सारे goods produce किए हैं और उसको बेचना होता है, और उसके लिए आप warehouse अगर किराए पे लेने जाओगे, if you are going to take these services on rent, so it will add to additional cost to your product also. Now once you have done the cost of the constructing of warehouses, slowly and steadily it will decrease by time, right? So it will be beneficial for the big businessmen to have their own warehouse. So this is usually done by the big people, big manufacturers who have large number of goods to be produced, and they need large storage capacity, so they make their own warehouses, and such warehouses are called as private warehouses, and it can be at different parts of the country, right? अपने डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ कंट्री में उनके अपने अपने वेयर हाउस होते हैं जहाँ वो अपना सामान स्टोर करते हैं, तो वो उनके पर्सनल यूज़ के लिए होता है, मतलब उनके खुद के गुड्स के लिए होता है, एंड दैट्स व्हाई इट इज़ कॉल्ड एज प्राइवेट वेयर हाउस. नेक्स्ट इज व्हाट पब्लिक वेयर हाउसेस. A public warehouse is a specialized business establishment that provides storage facilities to the general public for a certain charge. It may be owned and operated by an individual or a cooperative society. It works under a license from the government in accordance with the prescribed rules and regulations. Public warehouse provides storage facilities to small manufacturers and traders at low cost. These warehouses are well constructed and guarded round the clock to ensure safe custody of goods. Public warehouses are generally located near the junctions of railways, highways, and waterways. So, as compared to private मैंने कहा था when आपके अपने goods के लिए होता है, and public means what? They are made and license is taken from the government and they are open to the general public. Any person who wants to store their goods there, so this is basically for the small manufacturers जिनके goods बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं होते हैं, थोड़े ही goods होते हैं, so they can avail the facility of this public warehouse. So to make a public warehouse, a person can take a license from the government and can start his own public warehouse. Then उसके बाद में जिसको भी वहाँ पे स्टोर करना होता है गुड्स वो वहाँ पे स्टोर कर सकता है. दिस इज़ बेसिकली फॉर लो स्मॉल ट्रेडर्स एंड इट इज़ लो इन कॉस्ट, क्योंकि पब्लिक के लिए जनरल पब्लिक लो कॉस्ट में होता है. यहाँ पे हर कोई सेव कर सकता है, स्टोर कर सकता है अपना गुड्स, एंड मोर ओवर दे आर वेल कंस्ट्रक्टेड. ऐसा नहीं है, दे आर प्रॉपरली मेड, ऑल फैसिलिटीज आर देयर, देन अगेन दे आर गार्डेड राउंड द क्लॉक. इट मीन्स व्हाट? ऑल एश्योरिटी इज गिवन दैट देयर गुड्स आर सेफ देयर. प्रॉपर पूरा समय उसका ध्यान रखा जाता है वहाँ पे ऑफ द सेफ कस्टडी ऑफ गुड्स. And they are usually in the near to railways, highways, waterways, right? So like in railway के अगर आपने देखा होगा कभी भी पार्सल हाउस वगैरह का वेयर हाउस होता है, राइट? जो भी पार्सल्स आते हैं या सामान आता है मालगाड़ी से वो वहाँ पे स्टोर किया जाता है जब तक कि उसको कोई लेने नहीं आ रहा है. So these are some type of public warehouses which is open to the general public. Then comes bonded warehouses. Bonded warehouses are licensed by the government to accept imported goods for storage until the payment of custom duty. These warehouses work under the control of custom authorities. The warehouse keeper is required to give an undertaking or bond that it will not allow the goods to be removed without the consent of the custom authorities. The goods are held in bond and cannot be withdrawn without paying the custom duty. If an importer is unable or unwilling to pay customs duty immediately after the arrival of goods, he can store the goods in a bonded warehouse. He can withdraw the goods in installments by paying the custom duty proportionately. So bonded warehouse are those goods are for those goods which usually जिनके see in international trade there is import and export. Whenever the goods are imported by the importer, मतलब किसी दूसरी कंट्री से हम अपनी कंट्री में ला रहे हैं तो हम import कर रहे हैं, so we have to pay some import duty. Goods has been reached, right? और उसको क्या करते हैं, कस्टम ड्यूटी आपने पे नहीं की है. मैंने गुड्स मंगाए हैं बाहर की कंट्री लेकिन मैंने अभी तक कस्टम ड्यूटी पे नहीं की है, तो it will be stored in that bonded warehouse. As soon as I will pay my custom duty, the goods delivery will be given to me. Sometimes it happens that I don't need the full delivery at a time, or I may not have the money to pay the custom duty at the time, right? So whenever the goods are reached, whenever the goods are arrival, so what I can do, I can keep those goods in the bonded warehouses. मुझे जितना जितना चाहिए, आई कैन टेक अ स्मॉल लॉट ऑफ दोज गुड्स. जितने गुड्स मुझे चाहिए उतने का मैं कस्टम ड्यूटी पे करके वो वेयर हाउस से ले सकती हूँ, राइट? एट अ टाइम ऑल्सो आई कैन टेक, बट इफ आई एम नॉट एबल टू पे राइट नाउ, या हो सकता है कि मेरे पास बाहर स्टोरेज के लिए जगह नहीं है, वेयर हाउस के लिए जगह नहीं है, सो इट्स बेटर टू कीप इन बॉन्डेड वेयर हाउस, इट इज़ सेफ देयर. So whenever I will need those goods, I will come and take those goods and pay the custom duty proportionately. मतलब जितना मैं ले रही हूँ उतना मैं वो कर रही हूँ. Again, these bonded warehouses, they are properly licensed by the government and it is only for the imported goods only. जो गुड्स बाहर से आए हैं और जिनके ऊपर कस्टम ड्यूटी अभी तक पे नहीं किया है. And the warehouse keeper has to take a bond or undertaking, means एक पेपर पे लिखा हुआ रहता है कि he will not give this goods to the owner unless and until it is cleared by the custom authority. Without the consent of customer, मतलब जब तक custom authorities नहीं बोलेगी तब तक ये goods deliver नहीं करना है. And when customer authority will tell, when the custom duty will be paid. Okay, so this is a type of bonded warehouse. Then comes the duty paid warehouses. If an importer faces any problem in transportation of goods after making payment of duty, then goods can be stored at duty paid warehouses. All duty paid warehouses are public warehouses which are available to all importers. Duty paid warehouses helps the importer as proper care of goods is taken. Processing of goods can be done like sorting, repacking, etc. Such warehouses are more useful for re-export of the goods. These are located near ports and dock area. Now, what is the main difference between bonded and duty paid? Bonded में custom duty pay नहीं की थी. In duty paid warehouses, when the importer pays all the custom duty, full custom duty has been paid, but he don't want the delivery of the goods right now, right? Suppose मैंने अमेरिका से goods मंगाए और पोर्ट पे आ गए हैं, डॉक एरिया पे आ गए हैं, लेकिन मुझे ये गुड्स जो है मुंबई में नहीं आए, मुंबई पोर्ट पे आ गए, बट आई डोंट वांट दिस डिलीवरी इन मुंबई पोर्ट. अगेन आई हैव टू सेंड दिस गुड्स टू some of the goods to Ahmedabad, some of the goods to south, some of the goods to some other places. So what I can do is कि अब मैं इसको पहले अपने मुंबई में अपने वेयर हाउस में लेके जाऊँ, फिर मैं वहाँ से भेजूँ. उससे अच्छा what I can do is I can keep, after paying the custom duty, I can shift them from bonded warehouse to the duty paid warehouse and I can keep it till I want the delivery. Or in this warehouses, again some facilities, processing facilities are given like sorting, repacking. जैसे मैंने कहा ना, मैंने इतना सारा गुड्स मंगाया लेकिन मुझे इसमें से थोड़ा सा अहमदाबाद भेजना है, थोड़ा सा साउथ एरिया में भेजना है, तो I can take the help of these warehouses and I can sort those goods, or again I can repack those goods and send it from there itself. So this is called as re-export. Re-export means you import goods from other country and you re-export. आप किसी से ले रहे हो और किसी को दे रहे हो, खुद यूज नहीं कर रहे हो. So this is re-export of goods, and this is mainly near the area of port and dock area. Next comes the government warehouses. These warehouses are owned, managed and controlled by central and state government or public authorities. It is difficult for small farmers, businessmen, traders to own a warehouse. So these government warehouses assist them in storing their goods at nominal charge. Central Warehousing Corporation of India, CWC, State Warehousing Corporation, SWC, and Food Corporation of India, FCI, are having warehouses across different states and country. We have already seen one warehouse, that is public warehouse. It is again open for the general public, पर वो government का नहीं होता है. पर जो government warehouses, it is actually taken, it is controlled and managed by the central and state government or public authorities. Means government has a control on these warehouses. It is again for the small traders, businessmen, farmers and all. And here the charges are nominal. As nominal यानी कम रहते हैं, सबसे कम charges इसी में रहते हैं कि government से provide है ये facility. Then again CWC, SWC, FCI, these are maintained in different states and in across the whole country, right? Then next comes cooperative warehouses. These warehouses are owned, managed and controlled by cooperative societies. They mainly provide warehousing facilities at most economical rates. These types of warehouses are very useful for farmers and traders and general public. Now cooperative, you must have learned in 11th standard what is cooperative. whenever the cooperative societies have their own this type of thing, they are called as cooperative. So means when people work for their not for earning profit, but so as to get that their members get the goods at minimum prices, right? उनको प्रॉफिट अर्न नहीं करना होता है, पर जो भी मेंबर्स हैं उनको उसमें मिनिमम प्राइसेस में गुड्स मिले, उसको हम कोऑपरेटिव बोलते हैं, कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटीज. नाउ दीज कोऑपरेटिव वेयर हाउसेस दे आर मेनली managed by the cooperative societies, and here again it is open for the other people also if they want to avail this facility, and they are again very economical rates, means ठीक ठीक दाम में मिल जाता है वहाँ पे, and they are useful for farmers, traders in general. Means all the people have the various varieties, like they can go for cooperative warehouse, they can go for government warehouse, they can go for public warehouse. Private is for the one जिसने अपना खुद के लिए बनाया. अगेन बॉन्डेड और ड्यूटी पेड किसके लिए, जो इम्पोर्टर्स हैं उनके लिए. बाकी लोग जो हैं वो बाकी ये सब यूज़ कर सकते हैं. विच वन, गवर्नमेंट, कोऑपरेटिव एंड पब्लिक वेयर हाउसेस. ओके, next is what, cold storage warehouses. Now what is cold storage? Cold storage warehouses provide facilities for perishable commodities like fruits, flowers, vegetable, dairy products, etc. In cold storage warehouses, goods are stored and refrigerated at very low temperature so as to preserve them and use them in future. International trade has been possible due to these warehouses. Now कोल्ड स्टोरेज वेयर हाउसेज इज़ बेसिकली फॉर द पेरिशेबल गुड्स. पेरिशेबल गुड्स यानी जो जल्दी ख़राब हो जाते हैं, फ्रूट्स, वेजिटेबल, फ्लावर्स, जो फ्लावर में ट्रेड करते हैं उनके लिए, फ्रूट्स, डेयरी प्रोडक्ट्स, दूध वगैरह, दही वगैरह, चीज़, all these require what, cold storage. So these are basically for such perishable commodities, and goods are here stored and refrigerate. यहाँ पे बड़े बड़े रेफ्रिजरेटर होते हैं जहाँ पे गुड्स पूरा अंदर से ठंडा होता है ताकि गुड्स वगैरह ख़राब नहीं हो, and they are preserved so that they can be used in future. Most of the international trades use this. Means international trades are very much important for every country, and they can use these warehouses so as to conduct their trade. So these are some of the warehouses as I told you, and from this, as I told you, for importers, two warehouses. Others can use cooperative, government and public warehouses. Again, if someone has to store perishable goods, they can use the cold storage warehouses. So today we have completed with what is warehouse, what are the functions of warehouse, as well as type of warehouses. In the next lecture, we will start with the communication, which is the last service left over. Okay, so thank you.